So, Okendo, if someone was to ask you to explain what Harambee Entrepreneurial Alliance is, how would you put it?
Our alliance is very much an attempt to support the entrepreneurial aspirations of highly educated young Africans from leading universities across Africa and the United States, and we do so by providing access to venture capital, angel investment, pro bono legal services, and all the resources they need at the early stages of their venture formation. In a sense, what we're attempting to do is lower the entry barriers to youth entrepreneurship so that more young Africans can take risks and really create the social and business ventures that we need to transform our challenges into opportunities.
If someone was to say, look, Okendo, you're 31 years old. How did you come up with this? When people think of angel funds, I mean, it's almost impossible. How'd you come up with this?
Well, you see, I like to really say, if you think about it, I'm sort of a historian by training, and I'm probably the least likely individual to start an alliance of business entrepreneurs, but I figure that since an amateur sort of built Noah's Ark and professionals the Titanic, it might all work out in the end. But in reality, I think part of the reason I simply saw a need. I simply saw the fact that you had a growing number of investors who were looking for a pipeline of reliable and investment-ready entrepreneurs, and on the other hand, you saw entrepreneurs that needed access to patient capital for both to start and scale their ventures.
Speaking of young Africans,
yes.
You have a whole bunch of them who have graduated through your program, if you will.
Yeah.
Talk us through a couple of them at least, if you will. There's some from Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria.
Yeah, no, I think what you'll find is Harambee entrepreneurs, again, are, I like to say, ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And you've got this nice guy from the University of UC Berkeley in California. He's an engineer, and he has developed a program that now manufactures ambulances in Uganda that are now sold to the Red Cross and World Vision, a number of health organizations, and that are used to transport folks from rural areas into the hospitals in the urban area. And I think this is very much a product of its time. These young Africans are reacting, consuming this information about Africa, a new narrative of Africa rising, and are simply saying, well, what's my role? And this is the result. They're taking risks and they're starting businesses across Africa.
So, Okendo, if someone was to ask you, coming out of the U.S. Africa Leaders Summit, if someone was to say, Okendo, is this Africa's moment? Is this our moment right now?
Yeah. Thank you for asking that, because I'm a big, one of the things I keep telling everybody, if you clearly look at the progress over the last decade, there's reasons to be optimistic. The current trajectory is propitious, yet a sober assessment of the challenges ahead should remind all of us that trend is not destiny, and that if we're going to unlock that potential that we all know Africa has, we will have to answer the insidious question of how, which means how will Africa transform or seize the unprecedented convergence of resources and opportunity to create the inclusive social, political, and economic gains for all its people. And I do believe that this emerging generation of young African entrepreneurs are best positioned to answer this question, the how. However, we should not be under any illusion. This is not going to be a walk in the park. This is going to be hard. And yet, I think if we equip these young Africans with the resources we know they need, I do believe we all stand a better chance at unlocking Africa's true potential. But again, trend is not destiny. And if it's going to be, it's because we're going to work at it together.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
Enchanté.
Good job.
Thank
Merci
you.
beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Pas de quoi.